It's past 1 a.m. I should be in bed, but here I am with some chocolate liquor. Hi, welcome back. This is Frannook in the Pages. I'm Fran. I'm in my PJs and a very cozy cardigan, as you can see. And I should be sleeping because it's past 1 a.m. But I couldn't sleep. I'm not sleepy. I'm pretty awake. And so I thought to put this time to good use and maybe film a video, because why not? I just saw this video on Benjamin Journal's channel and it reminded me that I had done it few years ago on my old channel. It is a very nice tag reflecting on the past year, the past reading year. And yes, let's do this. The longest book you read this year and the book that took you the longest to finish. I haven't read many long books in 2021. It is a tie between two books that are 500 pages long, and those are Skyward by Brandon Sanderson and A Dark and Hollow Star by Ashley Shuttleworth. Both are the first book in series. First one is a sci-fi series, the other one is an urban fantasy series set in New York. It is not set in New York. And the book that took me the longest to finish is one that I haven't finished yet, but I am confident that I can make it happen before the year is over. And that is Gentleman Jack by Anne Choma. This is a biography of Anne Lister. This book, I think, focuses on some years of her life in the beginning of the 19th century, and I am loving it. I am listening to the audiobook. It is dense. The narrator has a thick British accent. It's taking me longer to listen to it, but I am loving every single word of it. A book you read this year that was outside of your comfort zone. Sci-fi is a genre that is definitely outside of my comfort zone, and this year I've read more sci-fi books that maybe I've read in the past few years. I've read Skyward by Brandon Sanderson and the sequel, and two novellas that belong to that series as well. I read A Psalm for the Wild Built by Becky Chambers, which is another sci-fi novella, sort of, because it is 150 pages long, something like that. And I also read The Cybernetic Tea Shop by Meredith Katz, and that's another shorter sci-fi novella. So I've read my fair share of sci-fi this year. Don't know how or why it happened. That was definitely out of my comfort zone, but it was okay. How many books did you reread this year? I have not reread any books this year. I am currently listening to a book that I read 2 years ago. Haven't finished yet, but again, I think I can finish it before the year ends. And that is Station 11 by Emily St. John Mandel. I wanted to reread the book before watching the TV show, and that's what I'm doing. Favorite reread of the year? Well, it is hard to choose a favorite reread of the year when I haven't reread any books. So I would say Station 11 by default. A book you read for the first time this year that you're looking forward to rereading in the future. A book that I will definitely reread at some point in my life is Annie on My Mind by Nancy Garden. I fell in love with this book. I saw myself in this book. This book spoke to me. It is one of my favorite of all time now. I love it so much. And another one that I know I will reread for different reasons, but I will still be reading this book, I think, next year already. Stay Another Day by Juno Dawson. I wanted to reread this book the moment I finished it. I wanted to start it over. That's how much I enjoyed it, and I am so looking forward to when I will be rereading it, re-listening to the audiobook again. I don't know if it's the hour, but my voice is sounding like this, and I am just going to embrace it. Favorite short story or novella that you read this year? It would have been A Psalm for the Wild Built, but then I read Killjoy by Holly Jackson. She's the author of A Good Girl's Guide to Murder, and this novella belongs to that trilogy, and I just loved it so much. It was so well built and entertaining and engaging and addicting for a novella that It just blew my mind away. I love Holly Jackson. I love that trilogy. I just loved everything about it. And it was hands down the best novella that I've read this year. Mass Appeal, a book that you liked and that you would recommend to a wide variety of readers. I think any reader would love, appreciate, and learn a lot from What We Don't Talk About by Charlotte Christensen. This is a graphic novel that features an interracial couple. Farai is meeting Adam's parents for the first time, but when this meeting happens, well, let's just say that they are not the most welcoming people ever, and this is a genuine, heartfelt, direct exploration of the problems that might arise in an interracial couple when there isn't good communication between the two partners, and especially when one of the two is not being heard. The art inside is gorgeous as well, so I truly think any reader would love this one. Specialized Appeal, a book you liked but would be hesitant to recommend to just anyone. And that would be again Stay Another Day by Juno Dawson. It has mature content, mature language, a diverse cast of characters, very dark topics, but at the same time a very humorous tone, and maybe not all readers would be okay with that balance, and some sensitive readers might be offended, or they might find certain things contained in this book to be trigger warnings. Not for all readers, but I loved it. Reflect on your year as a bookish content creator. Oh, that calls for a sip. Cheers. Just kidding. I don't think there's much reflection yet to be made since I started this channel less than 2 months ago. Still pretty new. I've reached the first tiny milestone of 100 subscribers, which was still incredible. I don't think I'll be reaching 200 before the year ends, but you never know. In these 2 months, the hardest video that I've had to film, and also the one that I'm the most proud of, or the proudest of, is the review of Any on My Mind by Nancy Garden, because that book just it made me very emotional, and I was emotional in that video, but I think I said what I had to say, what I wanted to say, and I was very happy with the result. So if you haven't watched it yet, please go do so. You will find it linked. The funniest that I filmed was perhaps the one where I was going through the books that I was currently reading, that were on my currently reading shelf on Goodreads. That was just a mess, and it was so much fun to film and put out. I did Vlogmas. I survived Vlogmas. I had so much fun, but it was exhausting, and I am crazy, so I will be doing it again next year, but thank God it's over. At least for now, thank God it's over. But it was so much fun, and I loved doing it, and I'm so happy that I was able to do it right away. I am making some bookish friends on BookTube, which makes me very happy because I'm an introvert and it's really hard for me to talk to people and get to know people, but I think it's going quite well so far, and I hope that my subscribers are enjoying my content. And if you have anything you want to say to me, any ideas or tips or suggestions, whatever, don't hesitate to write them down in the comments and let me know, because I look for exchanges and, you know, just chatting with my subscribers. That's what I love the most about this, having a booktube channel. Tag some fellow bookish content creators. It'll be my pleasure. As always, I'm going to read them because my memory sucks. We know that by now. It's fine. You accept me for who I am. I know that, and I thank you for it. I just knocked my tripod, so I am sorry if the angle changed a little bit. I'm gonna tag Jalisa at Bounded and Bookmarked, Marisa at Little Spider 9, Jonathan at To Be Black and Loved. I just found his channel. I'm absolutely in love. Oh my gosh, go check him out. He's so incredible. My goddess Virginia at Virginia Wolf, Romy at Books and Coffee with Romy, and Tiana at Tiana T. I hope you do this tag. It is so much fun, and I think it's a good way to wrap up the year in a very quick, snappy way. And I hope that's what I managed to accomplish with my video. And I am very looking forward to seeing all your answers and overviews of the year. And this is it for this video. I hope you enjoyed watching it. I hope you enjoyed the cozy vibes that maybe, hopefully, I was giving off. I don't know. Subscribe if you haven't, like and share, befriend me on Goodreads, and even in the comments, chat, whatever, let's talk. But yes, thank you so much for watching, and I think I'll see you in the new year. Warm hugs and have a good night. Bye.